Listen, bro, you're a very handsome guy, you just don't realize it. You see, most of us aren't being validated every day on how handsome we are. Instead, we see these signs that I'm gonna share with you within this video. But first, let's define what a handsome man is, because some of you guys think you're handsome, but truth is, you might be close, but not quite. So I would say a handsome guy is anywhere objectively around a 7.5 out of 10. Once you're hitting that threshold, that's where everybody and anybody would consider you handsome. No, they don't have to be into you, but they can appreciate and say, yes, that's a handsome guy. Now, anything above 7.5 is just extremely attractive. You're approaching Giga Chat status. And then if you're below 7.5, then you actually might just be average, but actually not too far away from that 7.5 range. Most of you guys watching might be 6.5. So you can just make some adjustments and boom, you're handsome. But without further ado, let's get into today's video where I'm gonna show you 5 signs that you actually might just be that handsome guy. Now, a big reason why men go to the gym is not only so they can look good for girls and look good in black t-shirts, but to also be intimidating. However, in most cases, you don't even have to actually go to the gym to be intimidating. From the fact that you're just a handsome guy, you actually intimidate other men. They're intimidated because either they see your attractiveness and maybe they have a girlfriend or they're with a girl and they'll tend to do something called mate guarding. I've had this experience happen multiple times where, you see them holding hands and then they see you, they go a little bit closer. They wrap their arm around just a little bit tighter. And I always laugh in my head whenever I see this because it's a subconscious thing that they can't even control. It's like, I see a handsome guy, I'm immediately intimidated by him. And honestly, it's a fair point. I got a friend of mine, you guys know him, Chad. Sometimes he goes out walking and time again, you'll see girls actually looking at him while they're with a guy. Honestly, it's like one of the most disrespectful things ever, but this is why sometimes your handsomeness can trigger insecurities in other men, just the way it is. Number 2 is that you don't have female friends. Now, this might sound kind of weird, but honestly, a lot of handsome guys aren't just platonically friends with girls. And the main reason is because there's always gonna be that subtle attraction there that is usually expounded upon throughout the course of time. So, you're not really friends with a chick if you're sleeping with her. Genuine platonic friendships are not attracted to one another and or definitely not sleeping with one another. And so handsome men on average just tend to not have those platonic friends to where they just don't do anything. It's super, super rare. Now, the only cases where the handsome guy doesn't find the woman attractive, in which case that could be a one-sided platonic relationship, but let one night slip up, let him have a dry spell, though I doubt that's happening, and that goes out the window. And this honestly goes for both ends too, but handsome men, you'll rarely see them just casually hanging out with girls. A lot of unattractive men though, on the other hand, you'll tend to find that they will have a lot of platonic female friends. They actually do stuff with girls. And I'm not saying that as a handsome guy you can, it's just overall less likely. Now remember, one of the first things a woman looks at is your handsome face. And all handsome faces take care of their skin. That is why you all should have some sort of skincare routine that you're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly, annually sort of basis. And that's why I'm excited to announce today's sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Now, Tiege Hanley has been my go-to skincare routine for over 5 years, and that's crazy to say, but the reason why I've stuck with it so long and stay consistent with it is because simply it works and it makes things so simple and easy to do. Now, for you guys starting out, I highly recommend that you start off with their level 1 system. And this is gonna come with all the basics. Number 1 is gonna be a daily face wash to get rid of that dirt and grime on your skin. You're gonna wanna use this at least twice a day. Also the exfoliating scrub, which you can use a few times per week. This is gonna help get rid of those dead skin cells so that your skin is brighter and looks more youthful. And we can't forget about the AM moisturizer. This has SPF 20 in it, which if you use on a daily basis, is gonna help protect your skin from sun exposure, which causes photo aging, wrinkles, sunspots, and overall discoloration. So using this moisturizer will not only prevent that from happening, but also make your skin moisturize and look put together. Then lastly, the PM moisturizer, which practically does the same thing, just without the added SPF. You're gonna put this on before you go to bed. Now, one of my favorite things about Tiege Hanley is not only from its simplicity, but also its instructions. It's very simple, easy to do, straightforward, and it'll tell you exactly how you can start implementing your skincare routine every single night. Now, because T Stanley is sponsoring this video, you guys get an amazing deal, which is 40% off. You heard that right, 40% off your first skincare system alongside with a free gift. Plus, as a member, you're gonna get 20% off for life. By the way, one of their new gift options is a silicone body scrubber, which is a $20 value, and honestly, it's a game changer. Once you use one of these, you're never gonna go back to using a regular loofah again. So be sure to check out T Stanley. I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description. Now, if you guys don't know, whenever you become more attractive, more handsome, you actually just start to receive special treatment from people. People just like to treat people who they find attractive just more nice. Think about it, and on the opposite end, like unattractive people always get made fun of, get mistreated bad, and we mostly see this where overweight people. Honestly, overweight people can't even eat a salad without getting made fun of. Now, I remember this particular story when I was in Miami. I was trying to find my hotel, like there's so many different JW Marriotts, and I went to one of the wrong ones. And the front desk lady, you know, she was probably 24 years old, light skin, curly hair, nice lips, like she was actually an attractive girl. Now, we were talking a little bit and she couldn't find my reservation. And I was like, well, I mean, is there other hotels around? And then she proceeded to tell me like, hey, yeah, you probably booked at another hotel. But then we actually started having a conversation. She was very friendly. And honestly, I didn't think nothing of it. But this is when I realized that she was definitely treating me a lot nicer and a lot better than other people who were in line, and also other people who came after me. It's from the fact that a few days later, she ended up DMing me on Instagram talking about how we had a great conversation and did I end up finding my hotel? And I was confused. I was like, well, did she know me the whole time? Or did she find me? Like, I was pretty confused. A lot of us guys will see an attractive girl in the gym. You'll be too afraid to talk to her, but then you'll end up stalking her Instagram or finding her Instagram and DMing her. I know you guys have done it before, but this is a similar situation that happened to me, but just on the opposite side. So that, and alongside with other situations, you'll just start to realize like, hey, people are just treating me better. And honestly, this doesn't only happen with just getting a handsome face, but even just getting your body right, just literally just even getting in shape. People will make remarks on how your arms look, or maybe compliment your tattoos or your outfit, what you're wearing. It happens, I would say, literally on a weekly basis, especially if I'm going out in public. So if you're noticing this, then that's a clear, definite sign that you're for sure a handsome guy. Now, the fourth sign is that people say that you look familiar. This never happened to me up until I started really focusing on my looks. I started getting like celebrity comparisons. Oh, you look like Bryson Tiller. You look like Broderick Hunter. You look like Michael B. Jordan. You look like Keith Powers. You look like Usher. I've heard it all within the past 3 years. Now, the crazy thing is, like I said, is that I've never heard this back before I started taking my look seriously. Like, I never got comparisons. So if you're often getting celebrity comparisons, especially attractive celebrities or celebrities that have a big female audience, then that's a good sign that you're definitely a handsome guy, not only from a facial aspect, but even deeper sort of a phenotype or gene aspect. You guys probably share the same sort of phenotype or archetype, and that phenotype in itself is just highly attractive. Sometimes it really isn't about just solely objective looks, but you can be somebody's preference based on your archetype. And if you happen to fall into the right archetype alongside with just being handsome objectively, then that's a win-win. Now, like I said before, because people are naturally drawn to more attractive people, tend to treat them better, you'll notice that in terms of your career or even social media presence, you'll tend to advance a lot faster than somebody else who isn't that attractive. And this can go to any field that you're trying to present yourself in. You get hired fast in interviews, you seem to never struggle to find a job or to just elevate within your career. You make friends with the high level executives. Maybe you're posting yourself on social media, and without effort, you can get a ton of likes, you can get a ton of followers. That's definitely a sign that you're on the more handsome side. And truth is, yes, a lot of this stuff is very vain and in some cases unfortunate, but that goes to show the reality of just how much looks matter in this present day and age, and also why a lot of you guys should start presenting your most attractive self more consistently everywhere you go. Your career, social media, it literally doesn't matter. Now, overall, I would say if you have at least 3 out of 5 of these points we talked about in this video, then you can consider yourself a handsome guy. Good job, pat on the back. Keep doing what you're doing. And for the guys who didn't hit these 3 things, maybe you're not presenting yourself consistently enough, or maybe you actually just need to level up your looks, and you can do that slowly over time by focusing on the things that will make the biggest difference. One of them being your skin. So don't forget to check out T's channel down below. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.